Hello, it's Bank Holiday Monday and the sun is out. I'm wearing a dress. We're off to the races. It's all very exciting. The races obviously being gambling where you're not actually taxed or VAT'd on it as yet. So whoop whoop, we're having one on Rachel. I mean, we haven't got any money to actually gamble, obviously. That's gone on life. But, you know, we might have a quid here and there. So there's actually a couple of reasons to smile this morning. There's a couple of in fact, there's 3 good news things that I've found today. So I'm sharing them with you because I know we all need something to be cheerful about on a bank holiday. Now we've got the sun. I mean, let's make the day get better, not worse. So the first one is Harlow Council. Well done, Harlow Council. Big, massive shout out to a council that has put an Instagram post that's based on sense. I know, it's a council that's put out an Instagram post of their intentions, which are sensible. I shall read it to you. Harlow Council will not be removing the Union or St George's flags that have been placed on lampposts. Our priority is tackling real issues like actual fly posting and keeping the streets clean, not removing our national flag. Well done, Harlow Council. So let's see how many other councils can follow suit and actually not remove the Union flag. Because as Harlow Council put in there, and I think this is the bit that we need to remember, our priority is tackling real issues like actual fly posting and keeping the streets clean, not removing our national flag. It is our national flag. Why are we taking it down? Now, the next one I've got to read off my phone because I screenshot it. This is local to me. So, you know, on Facebook, if something gets nicked, everybody immediately takes photos and stuff and goes, please share, please share, please share. And it's very rare that you get a good outcome with this. But locally, Lincolnshire Police, up there with Harlow Council, have nailed it. And Lincolnshire Police, by the way, are literally that far of going bankrupt. But nonetheless, with their limited resources, 0 budget and absolutely no support from anyone anywhere, they have saved the day. So what went on Facebook was a picture of a farrier's pickup truck, and somebody had nicked it. Now, a farrier's pickup truck has absolutely, well, it's their life, it's their business on wheels, isn't it? It's years worth of saving kit, getting kit. And obviously farrier, you know, it's a craft. It's not just something you can go down to B&Q and buy. You have to, you know, get specialised kit, probably stuff passed down from other generations of farriers. I mean, anything that's stolen is important to the person it's been stolen from. But this really struck a chord, and because we live in a rural community and because so many people rely on farriers and because being a farrier is, you know, a way of life around here, there was a lot of anger. So this went viral. It went all over Facebook. We all shared it within a nanosecond. And then we get the second bit of good news. RCAT are at it yet again. A farrier's work vehicle, his office and workstation, his pride and joy, and he has worked extremely hard to build and buy the tools of his trade. Stolen early yesterday morning from Bourne and recovered today by us. Officers from the team were out proactively looking for stolen machinery when our vehicle's onboard tracker UK detector activated. Don't even know what that is. Sounds good, doesn't it? After a half-hour search, I could do the comms, that doesn't read well, but it doesn't matter. After a half-hour search of the area, the stolen Toyota Hilux was found hidden in the woodlands in the west of Donington. Various tools specific to farriery and lots of horseshoes were found missing, with damage done to the interior and a failed attempt to identify the tracker's location. I mean, who does that? Which kind of scumbag does that? Well, we know which kind of scumbag, don't we? But it's all right, we're decreasing prison sentences, so they'll just be banned from their local pub if they're ever caught. However, well done, Lincolnshire Police. And the other bit on this was, so when it went viral on Facebook, so many people contacted the farrier with donations of kit and offers of help to, we'll get you back on your feet, we'll sort this out, we'll make this better. And that just makes your heart sing, doesn't it? Because we're so full of so many rancid, nasty, horrible, moany, shitty people in this world. And there's some really good, nice people. So the truck has been recovered. Some stuff has been nicked, but it's a complete to you, to the people that nicked it, because what have you got for it? Absolutely nothing. And at some point you will be found. Karma's an absolute bitch, and it will come in your direction. So wait for that. But in the meantime, the farrier has had all the help from the local community to get back on his feet. So that was good story number 2. Good thing number 3. It's not good story, but it's good thing. Sorry, my eyes haven't woken up yet. I'm very much relying on the glasses. I've stumbled across Harvey Jones. Harvey Jones writes for The Express. and I've become a little bit addicted to Harvey Jones. Don't save, don't build a pension, don't buy a home. It's all Rachel Reeves' money now. Harvey goes on to write, last October, I wrote a half-serious apology to readers. I said I'd been wrong to encourage people to save, invest and put money aside for the future. The reason? Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer had just redefined what it meant to be a working person, and it was terrifying. He labelled a working person as someone who earns a living but does not have the ability to write a cheque to get out of difficulties. I mean, that's all of us, including the farrier. The definition was old-fashioned even then. Nobody writes cheques these days except maybe Labour donors, but the message was clear. If you had a spot of money in the bank enough to draw a cheque on, you no longer qualified as working people. You were fair game. 10 months later, the implications are brutally clear. Anyone with even modest assets has been lined up for attack. In her last budget, Rachel Reeves hiked capital gains tax. To be fair, Tory predecessor Jeremy Hunt showed her the way. Absolutely true. And slapped inheritance tax on unused pensions. This autumn she'll be back for more. Labour MPs won't allow her to cut public spending. Her only option is to squeeze more tax from the middle class. That's their reward for doing everything I've been urging them to do for more than 3 decades as a finance journalist. Save, invest, take out a mortgage and buy a home. How wrong I was. Now, you weren't wrong, you were right, because that's what people do, because we had this old-fashioned ethic of, going through your life trying to accrue a bit more, trying to feather the nest. It's sort of like David Attenborough talks about it an awful lot in all of his wildlife programmes, about how we want better for the next generation, how we want to keep everybody safe, how we want to look forwards to our future, not look back to our miserable past. So you weren't wrong, you were absolutely right in making that advice. What we didn't know was this, fill the gaps, of a government were going to come and undo everything that we'd all been doing, as you say, for decades. But whilst that's not a good story, Harvey Jones writes very well and has made me laugh. I've been reading back articles, has made me laugh with some of the narrative in there. So I thought I'll share that with you. I'll put a link onto it. And if you wanted a bit of a laugh as well, then you can have one. Have it in the garden with a cup of coffee. It's a nice day, sitting on the balcony, having the window open. Oh God, I used to do that when I lived in London and we didn't have any outside space. And because I'm obviously from a rural area, I used to literally, don't do this at home, hang out the window with my coffee cup just so I could pretend I was getting some air. Anyway, whatever it is that floats your boat, not Angela Rayner's boat, let's hope that sinks. It's a dinghy. I'm not calling for her to sink or drown. It's a joke. Oh my God, I'll be the next one, won't I? But there are some good news stories. Harlow Council, Lincolnshire Police and Harvey Jones is a gem.